Good evening to everyone. In this lecture, auto collimator and split level are going to be studied. Auto collimator, it is an angular measurement instrument. It is used to measure the very small angular measurements. In the previous lecture, we have studied about the vernier bevel protractor. It can measure 1 by 12th of a degree, but it can measure 1 by 12th, 1 by 60 of a minute. Even very small angular measurements can be taken using the auto collimator, and it uses an optical technique. Auto collimator uses an optical technique. So this is a simple principle of auto collimator. In the part A, this is a light source. From the light source, this is a collimating lens. This is a collimating lens. When the light is passed through this opening and it enters a collimating lens, it makes the rays parallel to the plane reflector. Plane reflector is a workpiece that we are going to study. Here in the workpiece is 90 degree perfectly. It is at perfectly at 90 degree. So the rays are reflected back. Okay, plane reflector. So the rays are perfectly reflected back, and again it reaches a collimating lens and it reaches a source again. So see the direction, it goes in this way and it returns in the same way, and it returns to the source. Only the direction of the rays are different. Okay, here it goes in this direction, here it goes in this direction. This is a working principle of auto collimator. Now see the second case. O is a source and it is a collimating lens. It reaches the collimating lens and the rays are parallel. Here, if it is perfect, it reaches the same for the plane reflector or workpiece. If it is 90 degree, it reaches the same place. And if it is tilted by an angle theta, it is reflected by an angle 2 theta. The vertical rays are deflected by an angle 2 theta. Okay. So this is the first case. Here there is no, that is, if it is perfectly at 90 degree, so there is no change in position. But here it is in the second case, it is slightly reflected, so it reaches a plane, and it is reflected to the collimating lens, and it reaches a point O dash. It is deflected by an angle 2 theta, and the distance O dash is equal to 2 into f into theta. F is a focal length. Okay, f is a focal length, 2 into f into theta. So that is a distance between O1. So the principle is explained here. When a beam coming out from a monochromatic light source is made parallel by placing a collimating lens, and if these parallel rays are made to fall on reflector, the rays reflect back and travels in the same path and converges at the source through the lens at figure A. Okay, so this shows it reaches the same place. It is a monochromatic light source. It comes to the reflector and it returns in the same path. Okay, and if the reflector is tilted by an angle theta as shown in figure B, the reflected rays makes an angle 2 theta and converges at point O dash. Okay, so O dash equal to 2 into theta into f. F is a focal length, distance between source and lens. Okay, in the previous slide, O dash equal to distance between the source and the lens. This is f. 2 into f into theta. It is reflected by, if this angle is reflected by theta, the workpiece or plane reflector is reflected by theta, it will reflected by 2 theta. This is the working principle of auto collimator. Okay, O dash equal to 2 into theta into f. Okay, it is auto collimator is used to detect and measure small angular tilts of a reflecting surface placed in front of the objective lens and of the auto collimator. Okay, so this is the figure A, and this the second paragraph explains about the figure B. Okay, the same. Then the principle of auto collimator. Now this is a monochromatic light source, and then this is a lens, auto collimating lens, and the rays are made parallel. Okay, this is a object reticle. So So there is a hole, very small hole in the object reticle, and the rays are passed through the object reticle, and see the red color. Okay, see the red color, and it is passed into the beam and the beam splitter. Okay, when it reaches the beam splitter, it is reflected. Okay, it passes to the objective lens. Okay, it goes to the objective lens. Okay, and then it is made parallel. Okay, it is made parallel. So the red color, so it hits the red color which is at 90 degree, perfect reflector. Okay, so it is perfectly reflected. Again it reaches the same path, and it comes to the beam reflector, and it reaches this place, and here there is a here there is a microscope which can measure the angular displacement, and there is no deviation. Then see this case, and if it is inclined, so okay, if it is inclined, so the same rays goes to the object reticle, and it is reflected on the beam splitter, and the beam is splitted, and it is passed through the objective lens, and it is made parallel, red color. When it touches the blue color, that is angle which is tilted by an angle theta alpha. Okay, here alpha, if it is tilted by it is reflected by an angle 2 alpha, blue color 2 alpha, and it reaches a collimating objective lens, collimating lens, and it passes through the beam splitter, and it is reflected. It is a distance O dash. Okay, it is a distance O dash. O dash is a measure of the tilting of this angle. If it is tilted by alpha, you can this distance equal to 2 into f into theta. By measuring the distance, by measuring this minimum distance, you can measure the angle 2 into f into theta. We know the angle, we know the distance f, so 2 into f into theta. You can measure the distance O dash using a microscope very easily. From this you can calculate the angle theta. So this is a principle of auto collimator. Okay, so this diagram, that is figure A, and in the figure B it is once again shown, that is a lamp, monochromatic light. It is a target articule. These two are lens, and it is made to target and the target graticule, and it reaches a beam splitter, and the dark color is first it reaches a reflector or workpiece, and it returns in the same path. Okay, it is not reflected, it returns in the same path, and it passes to the beam splitter, and it reaches again a measuring graticule. Okay, measuring graticule, and it reaches a eyepiece of a microscope, and it can be measured. Okay, here there is no reflection. Then the second case, so it is the same rays, same ray hits on the dotted one is that is inclined path. Okay, inclined workpiece. So when it reaches inclined workpiece, it is reflected by an angle 2 theta, 2 alpha or 2 theta, and as it is reflected in this direction, it comes down in the down direction. Okay, and it reaches and it passes through the beam splitter, and the setting graticule, and the angle distance 2 theta is measured. Okay, the distance between the two rays O dash can be measured. So this is the working principle of auto collimator. Okay, again one more diagram is also given. So monochromatic lamp, here cross line graticule, so beam splitter, and it reaches objective lens, collimating lens, and when it touches a perpendicular reflector, it comes to the same path, and it reaches a eyepiece of the microscope, and when it hits on the inclined plane, it is reflected by angle 2 theta. It is reflected by angle 2 theta, and it reaches, and it is reflected by an angle 2 alpha, the O dash, distance between O dash is measured by this microscope. Okay, the autocollimator is used to align components and measure deflections in optical and mechanical systems. Autocollimator measures the image onto a target mirror and measuring the deflection of the returned image against a scale, either visually or by means of an electronic detector. Okay, and visual autocollimator can measure angles as small as 0.5 arcs second, while an electronic autocollimator can measure up to 100 times more accurate. Okay, this is the same one is explained here. This is a diagram of autocollimator. Then the next one is a spirit level. Spirit level is also an angular measurement instrument which is used to measure angles. Okay, spirit levels are used for measuring small angle or inclinations to determine the position of surface with respect to horizontal position to establish a horizontal datum. Okay, so the diagram is shown here. Spirit level. So it consists of a glass. Okay, it consists of a glass. So it is similar to the mercury level. Okay, it consists of a tube. Okay, closed glass tube of accurate form. It is called a VL. The closed tube is called as VL. It is filled almost with the liquid, leaving a small space for the formation of an air or gas bubble. Okay, it is almost, the glass tube is almost filled with either ether or alcohol, that is low viscosity fluids. Okay, low viscosity fluids such as ether, alcohol, benzol, for filling the VL. VL is the top of the glass tube. Okay, that is the top of the glass tube is engraved. That is, top of the glass tube is engraved. That is, some linear readings are noted on the top of the glass tubes. Okay, when a bubble is formed, the bubble sets at the top of the workpiece. Okay, as the fluid is of high specific weight, low viscosity, so it is having high density and high specific weight. This high specific weight fluids settle at the bottom, and the liquid bubble, which is of very smaller specific weight, floats at the top. Okay, when the area to be measured, when the surface area to be measured is of perfectly horizontal, the bubble sets at the middle. Okay, when it is away, if it is of very slopy one, then the bubble sets at the bottom or at the top, depending upon the angle of inclination. So from the graduations on the spirit level, we can measure the how much degree it is inclined. Okay, the bubble always tries to remain at the highest point of the tube. The level is placed on the horizontal surface. The bubble rests at the center of the scale. The base level is tilted through a small angle. Bubble will move related to a tube a long distance along a radius along the tube. Okay, so this is a bubble. Okay, here also the bubble. So the bubble is, okay, the bubble sets at the, if it is parallel, if it is at horizontal, the bubble sets at this place, or otherwise the bubble comes to the here or there. Okay, this is an electronic spirit level. Okay, thank you.